this Friday morning. It is January 17th. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We still have another full hour of ARC Rochester we need to get to. But right now, we've got to turn to our next guest, who is getting ready to take the stage this weekend at Comedy at the Carlson.
Yeah, we're real excited. He stopped by our studio this morning to get ready for the upcoming shows. We're joined by comedian Orlando Jones. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely.
We're excited that you're here, and we're excited that you're performing in Rochester. Tell us a little bit about the show.
So I'm ignorant beyond belief. I talk a lot about flat earthers because, let's be honest, flat earthers are stupid. Now, I don't mean to be insulting to flat earthers, but you know it's true. Come on, please.
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah.
It's fairly straightforward. But I tend to cover a lot of topics. I find myself often having a conversation about how I am not the little boy from Everybody Hates Chris. And I think why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'm not.
Because I'm surprised that people would say that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It is a daily thing. And the fact that I was on Everybody Hates Chris complicates it because people are like, hey, are you the little boy from Everybody Hates Chris? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, but were you on the show? And I'm like, yes, this is not working the way I wanted it to. And now it's turned into the same thing with Abbott Elementary. So.
Yeah, I mean, that show, hugely popular as well. What's it like being on that show? Because huge
fun.
fan.
Very
huge
fun.
fan of that show.
Look, first of all, Quentin Brunson's an incredible writer.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's very fun. And thirdly, I've now boxed myself in because everybody thinks I'm Tyler James Williams' father.
Well, it works then.
Yes, I know, but I don't need this in my life, okay? I am not Jeff Goldblum in blackface. I swear, I am not.
Oh, no. So let's talk about your body of work because, I mean, you have been in film and television now for decades. Mm-hmm. You're a funny guy in film and on TV. How long ago did you start stand-up, or did you start stand-up first?
No, I started an advertising agency first. I had an advertising agency when I was 18 years old called Homeboys Productions, and we did 7-Up commercials and different types of commercials.
I remember that 7-Up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So make 7-Up yours, of course.
Yes, that T-shirt.
Yes, getting kids suspended all over the country. And I transitioned from that into writing on shows like A Different World and the pilot of Martin Lawrence's show and what have you. And then I transitioned from that into doing FX and reality television. Me and Tom Bergeron and Jeff Probst and Phil Kogan all worked together. And then I transitioned from that into Mad TV and then to film and television. So I've got a chance to do a lot of different things artistically, and it's been a fun journey, but it's definitely been different stuff, which is what I wanted.
The resume is impressive. Out of all of it, what do you think is the one that is your favorite?
Yeah.
Being here with you. This is obviously the most fun. What?
See?
This is being here with you.
We like that.
Today.
We like that.
I like to live for today. I think it's about who you meet today, who you find today, the experiences that you happen on a day. I think if you're consistently looking back, you miss all of that. But in living in the moment, I think for me, it's best.
That's good advice.
Yeah,
that's good advice. Talk to us about your stand-up act, though. Who do you incorporate into that act? Where do you draw your comedy from?
Besides the Flat Earthers.
Yes, besides the Flat Earthers.
Of course, the Flat Earthers. I think, family is a very consistent theme, and I think stand-up is really kind of about being honest. So I talk a lot about, my family, my kids, my parents, growing up in the South, the odd transition of coming from a place like Rochester, which isn't that big, and going to some big place like Hollywood, which was quite strange. And then, of course, there's just crazy stories. Like, I've had beef with Diddy for 25 years over stemware. He took stemware from my house. I'm telling you, I was so mad about this glasses, and he told me to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. And that was a fight. I'm still mad at him, to be honest with you.
I'd be upset, too.
He had a party I let him have at my house. Him and his guests left with my hand-blown crystal stemware. Now, I get it, it's not the most masculine beef in the world, but it's a stemware beef.
Yeah!
So I talk about these things.
It was part of a set.
Thank you. It was part of a set.
Yes.
Actually, this is how crazy this is. I was doing this movie years ago called Evolution, and I was going through Italy on the European press tour, and I met a little Italian man. And he kept talking to me, but I don't speak Italian. So I got a translator, I called him back, and he made hand-blown crystal Italian stemware. His family done it for hundreds of years. So he made me what was a $500,000 set of glasses.
Oh my gosh.
15 different sets of gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And this guy, Diddy, and his guests walked out with my stemware.
Okay, yeah.
And I almost murdered someone. My inner white girl came out. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was like, what did you do with my stemware?
I don't know. Dan seems more upset about it than me.
I mean,
Did you get it?
It's like a bridezilla kind of thing,
Thank
isn't
you
it?
so much.
That stuff is important.
And he
It
took
matters.
it.
Not only did it have sentimental value, it had
Yeah.
intrinsic value.
Yeah.
Okay, but
and
also,
I couldn't kill him or nothing.
wait
I
a
had
second.
to let
Wait
it
a
all
second.
go.
We're kind of stepping over the elephant in the room.
You're right.
You spent $500,000 on
Who
this
spent
stemware?
$500,000?
He just gave it to you?
Yes, he was a fan. He loved evolution. He saw an alien get pulled out of my butt, and he was like, I love this guy. And I was like, this makes no sense to me.
He needs some stemware. That's
Thank
what he
you.
needs. Yeah.
Thank you. But then it was gone. So
We're going to get that for you. We're going to
Thank
get
you.
that
Yeah.
for you. Don't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
I'm
You
staying.
either, because we do have much more coming up with Orlando Jones after the break. Before we head to break, do want to let you know we've got 4 shows for Orlando Jones.
7 to 9 tonight.
7 to 9 tonight, and
Yeah.
tomorrow 21 and up, people.
Yeah, 21 and up.
We're back after
In a
this.
minute, we'll see you guys.
Don't forget, we're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Take us wherever you are.
Yeah, YouTube's great.
I got hurt in a car wreck, and I don't want to spend all day dealing with a lawyer.
19th Ward.
So we are back. We are joined once again by comedian Orlando Jones, who's performing tonight and tomorrow at Comedy at the Carlson. 2 shows tonight, 7 and 9. 2 shows tomorrow, 7 and 9. 21 and up. You can get your tickets online. We'll also post it on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show. Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah.
No, thanks for having me. I'm having fun.
The 21 and up part has been said twice now.
Yes.
So
It's not so 20. Listen, the
okay.
club has a rule of 21 and up.
I didn't know if it was the show specifically.
No. Listen, I play churches. I will sometimes try and help a church raise money, and I'll go do a stand-up show to help that church raise money and just, you know, diversify their fundraising. So for me, it can be anything. But since it is 21 and up, I try and have the commiserate fun that goes along with that.
Okay, well, wait, we got to go from the funny then to the heartwarming, because that's really kind of incredible. You don't see a lot of people at your caliber who are willing to do things like that out of the kindness of their heart.
Well, I mean, look, I've been really fortunate. I mean, if you're looking for black privilege, he is. He's right here. You know, I feel like I've been really blessed. I get to do something I loved, and I get to make people laugh. I get to spread joy. And when I look at what churches do in the community, it's a lot of taking care of people who don't necessarily have the means or the help to do so. So by playing a church and helping them fundraise and not, you know, trying to play the celebrity game, like, who really cares? Like, when you take a picture with me, it's not for me, it's to go show your friends, and it's not about me, right? It's about you. So I just try and be in service of that and remembrance of it, because where I'm from, you know, I'm not from a fancy town, I'm from a small town in Alabama. You know, I got on the above-ground railroad, Delta, and I landed in another town in the South. So I'm a Southern boy, and I think I see things in a very kind of maybe small-town Southern way.
I would imagine that your hometown is very proud.
I don't know.
Yeah?
You know, I was a troublemaker, man. Please,
Really?
we were egging houses, and you know, we were the troublemakers, of course. I would like to think that they are proud too. I've done a lot of charity work there, but I think charity's supposed to be anonymous, otherwise it's publicity. So I just try and keep it on the low. And you know, when you help folk where you can, because I just came from the fires in Los Angeles, okay. And, you know, it's crazy. I have friends that lost their homes, you know, and had to move to their second homes or possibly the Four Seasons. I mean, it's a lot going on there. Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
I saw a lady in a parka. It was 65 degrees outside. She was like, you don't understand, my yoga studio burned down. My dog is dead. I was like, this sounds like a country record.
Oh, no.
But
let me ask, to the stand-up stuff,
yes.
You said you incorporate the family
yes.
into the show a lot. I'm wondering, what is their feeling? First, are they reaping any of the benefits? Any of the benefits?
At the holidays,
and they're okay with it? Or are they a little, I don't know that I like you telling me that story.
Of course they're a little, I don't like you. Of course. There's always the story they're upset about that you told. That's just natural. And of course, they've been reaping the benefits for years. For years. And these loans that never get repaid. But of course, it's just the nature of family, I think.
So they can't complain, is what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying they can complain, but it'll normally just get incorporated into what's going on. So talk as you must.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Just more material.
Is there anyone in the family that has said, do not talk about me, do not put me in any... Really?
Yeah, my mother. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I talk about her the most. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Why would I? My mother is the type of person that would come in and say the following. You know, green is a very tricky color.
No.
And I said, Mom, you can't say that. That's not nice. I didn't know a girl her size could look so nice in something like that. Did you say that out loud, lady? You can't say that. She said, what do you mean, Orlando? What do you mean? What do you mean? She's Scarlett O'Hara in blackface. I can't do nothing with that lady. I can't do nothing with that lady. It is the truth. Listen, when the sign says no refunds, no exchanges, no returns, and you were standing there with your receipt saying, I shop here all the time, so please go get the manager. What am I supposed to do with you? I mean, I can't. I have to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. She's a wizard. I don't know how she does it.
It's like you have your own Karen.
I do.
You do?
You don't understand. Listen, when Karens and black ladies unite, that's when stuff in this country gets done.
Oh, Lord.
That's amazing.
Back to your hometown, and I want to ask about, Abby asked if you're celebrated there.
Sure.
Do you have a street named after you yet?
I do not.
Do you have a mural or a portrait anywhere?
Not a
sign,
doggone
a
thing.
poster?
I really feel like y'all need to get on this because I don't feel like
Who's the mayor?
Who's of Greenville, South Carolina?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Oh, well, I mean,
Maybe-
we got to
Might
start
be your
there.
first step.
Maybe the first step. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't really want that though. I mean, look, I would
We want it for you, though.
Okay, fine. Listen, if you want to go sort this out, you do you, pimp. That's not my game. You know what I mean? I'm just.
What if we named the studio after you? This,
Can this be my area?
Yeah.
Can you be?
Yeah.
I have an Orlando Jones area in Rochester.
Absolutely do.
I already love Rochester. I've been coming here since 2008 to perform and work with Mark Ippolito, and everyone I've met here, and this is true, is super nice. It feels like I'm somewhere, like it feels like the South to me in many ways. Like people are kind. A couple old white dudes saw me in the airport and they were like, "How you doing there, young man?" And I was talking to me. I mean, people are really lovely here. So I have a little love affair going on. So I think I would prefer to have like the Rochester corner here than in South Carolina.
You can have. We'll get a plaque made up. So next time you're in town, we will have that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's in the budget, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, fine. All right. I don't know if it's in the budget either. $30 for a plaque. That sounds crazy. It's like that tornado that came through and tore up North Carolina.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's what it is?
The budget.
Yes.
I do believe that. I did see a tornado tear up North Carolina, and it destroyed the place. It did over $150 worth of damage. Yeah, it did. No way. It did. It did. Tornadoes are really racist, man. They keep tearing up trailer parks. They don't never touch the ghetto. I feel for white people. I do. It's shameful what's going on, you ask me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Orlando Jones, you know him. You got to go see his show. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Comedy at the Carlson, 7 and 9, both nights. Tickets are still available. More information on foxrochester.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Much.
Super fun.